Tras una prolongada pausa y una secuela que no estuvo a la altura de lo que los aficionados demandaban, vuelve Dragon Age con Inquisition. Mundo abierto, nuevas posibilidades, un combate mejorado que promete estrategia y espectacularidad a partes iguales, y el retorno de personajes muy queridos como Morrigan y Leliana. Charlamos con Cameron Lee, productor del juego, para descubrir si la nueva obra de Bioware es la culminación de una saga o el principio de una nueva era.
So really when we're looking at telling a new story in Dragon Age Inquisition, it's a really huge story. It spans 2 different nations. There's a lot of different branching decision points which unlocks new content, and within that story there's a lot of different characters, of course. We're a Bioware game and we love characters. So there's new characters in the game like Iron Bull, this big Canary horn guy, he's a warrior, mercenary. Vivian, who's an Elysian mage, she has a lot of political power. She's very ice queen kind of thing. And we have returning characters like Barrick, Cassandra, Morrigan, you know, all fan favorites. Leliana, of course. I don't know whether you've seen the demo, so you would have seen Leliana being really badass. I think what the new generation of consoles is allowing us to be, so one, everything looks better, of course, but I think for RPGs in particular, it's a lot about the immersion into the world. So the details of the characters, the types of foliage and grasses and the wildlife and how many NPCs, like people you can meet around the world. And so the new consoles boost that, they make that immersion even stronger. So for Dragon Age Inquisition, it's really about players being lost in the world, and the new platforms, the new generation of consoles, and our new technology with Frostbite 3 allows us to do that. So whilst the game will still be the same story on the previous console generations, the same characters are there, the same combats, the level of immersion though is just so much stronger on the new consoles. Dragon Age games were never meant to be a saga, like a trilogy or anything like that. You know, I think what we're trying to do with Dragon Age games is tell the story of the Dragon Age world, and almost like the Dragon Age world is its own character. It evolves over time, it changes over time based on the events that are occurring. So Dragon Age Inquisition is a new story set in the Dragon Age world, which has been impacted by the decisions and actions that players may have made in previous games. But if you're a new player into the Dragon Age world and you come in and you get Dragon Age Inquisition, you can jump straight in, you know, and we're going to ease players in to the lore and to the story and to the events of the previous games. And then we just open up the world and say, go and explore, go and have fun. But if you have played the previous games, you can recreate your original character in a website called the Dragon Age Keep, and you can set up, well, what decisions did my character originally make, and then import that stuff down in, and that will change how the story plays out in Dragon Age Inquisition. So, I mean, the dragons have taken so much work. There's a combat designer by the name of Josh Stixmer. He's worked so hard on those dragons, and all of the combat team has put in a lot of work as well on the animations and the programming and everything. But you know, the dragons that we have now, they're much bigger. They're much more, as I said, dynamic. They move around the battlefield. They hop around almost like a big cat. You know, like a lion would jump around. They take off. They fly around. They breathe fire at you from the air, and they'll destroy the environment around you as well. And another really cool feature is the ability for players to take down, target individual limbs on a dragon, making it fall over, and that gives an opportunity to attack its head, which is really interesting sort of dynamic combat. Morrigan's one of my favorite characters, everyone, you know. Morrigan has always been very standoffish, aloof, kind of cold in a way. And she still has aspects of that type of a personality in Dragon Age Inquisition. But I think players are going to also see a bit more of a personal side to Morrigan, a bit more of the human side to Morrigan. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but I've seen some of the plots with Morrigan, and I think they're going to players will really enjoy that, seeing that side of Morrigan that they haven't seen previously.
We call it the breach. It grows larger with each passing hour.
Unless we act, it will swallow the world.
Might want to watch yourself. Raining demons out here.
We will close the breach. We will find those responsible and we will restore order.
Whatever we were before, we are now the Inquisition.